Hey everyone, this is D Keys with an Elementalist's Guide to the Aetherblade Boss Fractal, which features Mai Trin and Horrocks. Before this fight, you'll have a group of enemies to clear out which consists of a champion and some other trash. Just stack Might, blind with the Glyph of Storms, and DPS everyone down. Chaining Swirling Winds with other reflects if you have an offhand focus, so that you can keep the champion's damage down on your group. For the fight with Mai Trin and Horrocks, I would recommend using Dagger Focus with a Sigil of Energy so that you have plenty of dodges, especially if you do not have the trait Renewing Stamina. For a heal skill, I would recommend either Glyph of Elemental Harmony so that you can apply Swiftness to yourself during phase changes, or Ether Renewal for the condition removal. I take defensive utilities for this fight because it's not a DPS race, but it starts becoming very challenging when people start going down. At each quarter of Mai Trin's health, she will teleport away, and Horrocks and other Aether Blades will fire AoEs down upon the room. I recommend that the party splits up, and each person take a corner with one person in the center of the room to avoid the AoEs. If you have swiftness and a good connection, you can simply walk out of the AoEs for the most part, though if you do not have swiftness, I would recommend dodging instead. You can also use Obsidian Flesh to stand inside an AoE, as well as Mist Form. At the very beginning of the fight, as well as at the start of every new phase, Mai Trin will have 10 shield stacks on her. You'll want to kite her into the blue AoEs that Horrocks will fire in order to get those stacks off her. While it's unlikely that you'll have Mai Trin's aggro, I recommend that you stay at about 300 range to attack her so that you are not the target of her teleport attack. You cannot dodge her teleport attack, though you can dodge most of the damage that she will deal you after she teleports to you. You can also keep up Swirling Winds so that she does not teleport. You can also use Obsidian Flesh to prevent her from teleporting to you, or you can use Magnetic Wave to instead teleport you to herself, in which case it's easier to dodge her damage afterwards. At 300 range, it's very easy to avoid Mai Trin's Pistol Whip type auto attack. You still have to dodge the lightning bolts shot out by her pistol spin. Those bolts cannot be reflected and they cannot be blocked by Swirling Winds. The tell for that attack is very similar to the tell for Alphard's bomb attack. I'm not sure which elite I should recommend for this fight. If you happen to use Glyph of Elementals, Mai Trin or Horrocks might aggro onto the elemental, making it difficult to kite Mai Trin into the fields to burn down her stacks. On the other hand, if you use Fiery Greatsword, there's a risk that you'll either Fiery Rush or Fiery Whirl off the edge, or Fiery Rush or Fiery Whirl into a position that will lead Mai Trin to teleport to you and away from where Horrocks is firing the AoEs. Once Mai Trin is at about 5 or 6 stacks, you can use Magnetic Grasp to immobilize her in one of the blue fields. I would also recommend starting to stack Might at about that point, as your party can start doing significant damage to her. If not running in a full Zerk group, you might want to consider using Signet of Earth as well. That way you can immobilize her for longer in those fields. If in a Zerk group, this may lead you to be the target of her affection. In general, for this fight, I recommend playing it safe and not getting downed, because if you are defeated, then it becomes very difficult to res a person because of Mai Trin's pattern to teleport to the person farthest away from her. During phase changes, if I don't have swiftness, I'll burn through both of my dodges first. Then if I'm in Earth Entombment, I'll use Obsidian Flesh, and then I'll swap out so that I can proc Sigil of Energy to get an additional dodge. If I am totally out of dodges and cannot access Obsidian Flesh, then I'll start using my utility skills to keep me up during a battle. I'll use my heal skill as necessary, as I usually have enough time during the barrage phases to cast it at least twice and it be nearly off cooldown by the time Mai Trin reappears. Regarding Horrocks Attacks, stay out of the path as well as the AoE circle of his red attack, and it's okay to stay in the blue AoE for a few seconds so that Mai Trin will stay there. That's it for the Aetherblade Boss Fractal. Thanks for watching!